Welcome back to Original Code Dragon. I'm your host, and today we are diving into the ultimate developer setup. We will explore ZSH, oh-my-zsh, Neovim, and AstroNvim, tools that will supercharge your coding workflow. Whether you are a seasoned pro or just starting out, this guide will help you create a powerful, customized development environment. Ready to level up your coding game? Let's get started. So as you can see my screen, I am working on Ubuntu and the version is 22.0.4. Now let's start by installing the ZSH. To install ZSH, we just need to do sudo apt install ZSH. Press yes. Now our ZSH is installed. What we can do now is that let's see if it works or not. Yeah, it works. What it is saying, we can see, is a new user installed, and you are seeing this message because you have no ZSH start right. This function can help you with a few settings. So quit and do nothing, and then exit, create the file, continue to the main menu. We will use 2. So we have got hash. Now let's see how we can install oh-my-zsh. We'll run the PowerShell. We'll run the Firefox. See if I can run the ULA browser. Yeah. Now we will just type oh-my-zsh in our DuckDuckGo search. This is good. Let's see, install my ZSH. Now we can install this on Linux and Mac. Let us copy this one. We'll install it via curl only. I'll use new tab, paste it here. The bad paste. It says git is not installed. So we need to install a couple of tools before running this, and this is my new setup, hence I don't have some of the applications installed. So I'll install it and then also install font and awesome. Let's press yes. Now let us again go back to ZSH. If you see, it is just giving us the %sign and the machine name. Now we will paste the link we copied from oh-my-zsh. Is saying, do you want to change your shell? Yes. Cool. Now if you see, we have got the ZSH shell. Now what we need to do next is that we need to install some of the plugin. Those plugin you can find it on ZSH users. If we see here, Yeah, there are plugin like syntax highlighting, auto suggestion, and completions, additional completion definition, and then ZSS history substring search. We have for Docker and then antigen. So what we'll do, we will install auto suggestion. So to install auto suggestion, let us go here. C install.md. Okay, and we are on Ubuntu. It's here like git clone, and then should install it here, and then it is saying we need to update in our plugins. So we'll go here, paste this one. Now if I type ls or if I type grep or history, so these are the command we see is not giving us any history. So what we can do in the second step, as it was mentioned here, we have to add it into the plugins. Now we can go here and then do zshrc, and here if you see, let us find plugins. You can use blacksash. I'm using Vim as my editor. You can use Nano or other editor as well, so whichever you choose. Now here what we need to add is ZSH auto suggestions. Let us save this one. Source. Now we can go here. Now if you see, if I type history, and then it is automatically giving us history. If I do grep, then it can give us grep. You need to use the forward arrow, it should work. If I do ls, then if I only type l, no. Even the command which are long enough, it can get automatically added. So if we see here, we can also see the git clone command which we did. Now another we can do is to add the syntax highlighting. Let us go back again here. Syntax highlighting. Again install.md. Debian and Ubuntu. This is the one. Use oh-my-zsh and let's wait for this to complete. Let us add the syntax plugin here, ZSH, and copy the name, syntax highlighting. If you see here, it is now. If we see here, you can see here the difference. The ls is white in color and ls is in green color. So if we type any right command, so it will be green, or if I type any wrong command, then it will be in red color. So this is good for us. Hello guys, since the shell is not changing, so one important thing we need to do is here is that log out and then log in. So I'm logging out now. Now if I open the terminal, the shell has changed. In this way, it is using the oh-my-zsh shell with oh-my-zsh. Now let us install Neovim. So this is how we can install. Now let's install Neovim. We can just type Neovim install, and first we'll have to install Vim. Let us see Vim is there or not. Sudo apt Vim. I'm installing Vim. Now here we have the wiki. Install the new Vim. Let's go to wiki directly, and in this we can find you can find your OS. So I am on Ubuntu, and I'll find Ubuntu here. So it is saying Debian. Yeah. So let's see the latest version of. Don't have Vim installed in the ULA. So let's see the latest version. Come on. Go here on the releases page. Let's go on to discussion. The latest version is 10.1, but via PPA we get the older version. If we want to install the latest version, we will have to use latest stable release 10.1. And how we can install it, if you see on the Linux, this is the best way to use it via app image or tar. So now let's copy the build release from where we can copy. Should be somewhere here. Yeah. So if we go here and see, we have the tar file. We can go ahead and copy link address, go here, and from here I'll just go, we'll go to temp, and we will do paste. Now we have got the nvim file. Now the command is okay. So we have to enter this file and it can be kept anywhere. Yeah. So what we can do, let us move this file to, and we can enter the command. You see here we have entered this one and we have got the nvim. So if we see the nvim in, we have the nvim. So what we can do, we can copy this one, copy the file where it exists. You can copy to the user local bin as well. That would be good, but I'm just referring it here. We go here, we can do alias vim equals to control v. Doesn't work somehow for me here, and I can paste it in the cell with an alias. Let's source it up. Nvim is working. We have got the latest version. Now the final thing is to install the AstroNvim for our developer setup. We can go here, AstroNvim website. Let's go to the AstroNvim website. I need to beef up my VM. Yeah, so I can click here. We can click on get started. It needs 0.9.5 plus, so hence we had to use the latest version. Now we don't have this, since this is new installation, will not have this setup. If already exist, if you can see here, if it already exists for you, then you can do this. What we can do, we can just copy it here and copy the latest. Let me go to the main directory, paste this one. So this is an IDE built on top of NVim and lazy NVim, like many other plugins, but I like this one. It has already like the support for LSP and other plugins, so we don't need to install any of the plugins. You can see here it is working on the installation. Let me press the command and we have got our NVim. So this is good. Let me just minimize this one. Okay, it is not showing in full screen if you see here, because I have increased the font. For this one I'll have to decrease the font, or I can click on new tab. Okay, by default my shell is still the bash shell, so I'll have to change my shell. So to change the shell, the command is ch. We can do chsh s and then zsh. Let me just type. Now it is the by default logging shell is this one only. So we don't need to do anything. Just when we enter into the new shell, a it is not working. Don't know why. Now we have the Nvim installed in this as well. If you see here, the font is, I'll reduce the font. Let's make it to 15. Hope it works. Yeah, it is working. Like, yeah, we have got all the details page. Hope you guys are able to see it clearly. Yeah. So now if we go here and see, we can install packages. If we see here, fonts are not installed, hence we are getting this errors in this way. I can do go to pap. I can press the which key is spacebar. Press spacebar, then P, and then M on the Mason installer. Now we can click on LSP, or we can use one button, one key, and I will type Python. So I can install the LSP based on. So I can install py-write and then LSP server, then ast-grep, rough and rough LSP. Let's install this one as well. For linter, we can use pylint. Formatter, autopipette. This is how we can. So we are getting an error is saying you may need to install Python 3.10 and we creating virtual environment. Python 3 failed. Let us see here. Python 3. We have 10. Let us do and use the install command. We should have Python 3.12, but I am not sure. I think that is 22 and it is 3.10. In 24 it is 3.12. It's still working. In the meanwhile, if you want to see, if you want to install other plugins you can use from Astro community, I will make another video on this, how we can use plugins and the repositories from Astro community. Astro communities has a lot of good plugins and color scheme. It has all the color scheme if you want, and all the plugins for Python. So if I see here syntax, rolling recipe, so whatever. So if I go to LSP, you see here all the LSPs are there. It is installed. Let us try it once again. We will press space key, then packages. Then let us try it one more time. It works. And npm is not installed. We can try with piva, right? Okay, Python LSP. So we need also npm to be installed. If we want to install npm, what we can do here is that let's go to npm install. Now let's go to doc.n, and here if we see here, we can go to, if you are on Linux, we recommend that you use node source installer. So we'll click here, source installer, and once we have reached here, let's click on Ubuntu version. We have curl installed. I have installed curl. Let me copy it one time. And see, in the meanwhile, since we installed Python LSP server is installed. So you might need npm as well. So now we have got the script. Let us execute the script. This is the script, node source setup.sh, and let's execute this one. We just need to follow this step, and this should work. One more time. But do we need node.js? I don't think so. Now we can quit this one more time. After we have installed the npm, we can find our Python, and we will try to see if we can install it. You can press I to install. Press I to install. So it is working now, and it is installing. So debugger. Let me try. It is linter. We can use pylint or flake and formatter if we want to use autopipette. This sort of like setup we can already do if we are using AstroNvim, and I think this is very handy. We don't need to catch up or like keep our files somewhere else. If we want, we can use that, and think we can delete the GitHub link. If we see here getting started, it says it deletes the Git link. We can create our own templates and save it somewhere. So yeah, this is how the whole setup is. It is still installing here, and it will complete it. You see everything is installed apart from htgrep. So it's initialized mp root, and you can use other packages as well. For example, if you want to search for go, let us see if we can search for go. Yeah. So packages for go are also available. So htgrep is installed now. So golang cli server, go pls, but for this you will need to install the golang, the go the golang on your system, and then only it will work. So whichever programming language you are using, you need to install this one. So we are still not able to see why this fonts are not working. We can check next time. Cool. Thank you guys. And this is how it is whole setup, and you can fasten your productivity. Once you learn Vim, it will be like you can edit with your speed of thought. So there is one book as well, and practical Vim. It already has second version. So edit text at the speed of thought. This is very good book. I think every Vim or NVim guy should read this book. Thank you. Bye. Have a great day.